Welcome back, everyone, to Ace Attorney Investigations. Miles Edgeworth. We're here with Gumshoe, talking about all manner of things, except we haven't really talked about anything. We've come back on the plane to start investigating. Francisca is also here, and so is a very angry Mr. Leblanc. I'm gonna have to talk to him in a minute. And actually, you know what? I should probably talk to him now. I was gonna talk to Gumshoe first, but we've only just asked him about some things, so he might not have anything new to say just yet. Let's see if Mr. Leblanc has anything to say. Did you finish taking his statement yet? Yeah, all done, sir. I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. What's the problem here? What's going on? Why are you always shouting? It's really rude. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art? Wasn't he like clutching that vase earlier? Probably something like that. Mr. Leblanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hood, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts. Folk costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. Leblanc's hat. You know, I was thinking that earlier. I didn't say anything at the time because I was just too frazzled about Franny, but look at this. We got this in, like, the last episode. Doesn't that match his hat right there? Check that out. It's been soiled with blood. Well, I wonder if we can present that to him. I'm going to try it. It kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Wow, they really handed that to you, don't they? Well, first, though, this is more important, and I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. Look at this badge. I can say you have the guts to show me a piece of art at a time like this. But from a single glance, I can already tell it is mostly worthless. What do you mean? This has much more value than a piece of non-art, I assure you. You look like you have something to say. Perhaps you are thinking, like casting pearls before swine? He actually hit the nail on the head for once. Well, I mean, there's a first for everything. Alright, fine. So let's actually present what we meant to, which is this. Mr. Leblanc, can you please take a look at this for me? Look at this cloth with blood on it. It's disgusting, right? Oh, wait, no. He pulled down his pants. Edgeworth, stop! Oh, it's a Bulgarian cloth. As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose? Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous. Orders come from all over the seas for more. Really? I don't know. That yellow-pink combination? Not doing it for me, really. Oh, alright, so it's just updated, but we're not pinning it on him yet. Bulgarian cloth. Well, then where did he get it from? Like, where did it come from, then, if not from you? Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier? No. My cargo this time is much many gigantic. Oh, that's what he said. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. And it is no good that attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room too. What? Who's locked in there? Is it Cammy? Of course, it's Miss Tenero. She's probably afraid to come out now that everybody suspects her. Huh. Alright, I wonder if there's anything else we can present or talk about. Aha, here we go. Perfect. What did you mean by that, attendant, Mr. Leblanc? She was taken into the attendant's room for her interview. And then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. Maybe they're involved in something. Maybe we shouldn't pry. You ever think of that? I don't know. A man's been murdered. I doubt they're up to that. But maybe. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her. Maybe because you're so abrasive to talk to. It's just a thought, sir. Why is Miss Tenero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time? I don't know. Oh, hi, Francie. How are you, babe? Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room? Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I don't think Franny actually thinks that he did it. I think she's just messing with him, because she can. I understand. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Girl, I ain't trying to pull nothing over nothing. You ain't my type. Actually, aren't you like my sister, kind of, in a way? Uh-oh, we're gonna argue. Well, I'm ready to argue with you, darling. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. from the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. Wait, but we already disproved that with the footprints and everything, wouldn't it? But she hasn't seen those probably yet, or maybe she doesn't know. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. Hang on, I've got other people to pin this on, you just wait. Huh, the likeliest suspect, Franziska?
Do you have a problem with it?
No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. Usually a bit more absolute.
I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend?
Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast. I think we can probably do that. Alright, the buttle. Girl, let's talk about the butt.
Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion.
I mean, probably we don't have to... We don't have to press this, but you know me, I want to try to get all of it. Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit?
Huh. I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes.
Hey, you say that like you're cooking up a pack of instant noodles. Ow!
I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence.
Man, she has not changed a bit, has she? She's the best. Really. I don't know how she wormed her way into my heart. When I first met her, I wasn't sure about it all, but man, now I really love her. I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily. This is like a family affair now. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. The scene of the crime. Oh, but wait a minute, though. But haven't we already, disproved that? Not really disproved it, but we have a theory about that because we think now, right? Don't we think that the body was in the suitcase before? Is that what we want to present? And what else do we have? With the footprints. Yeah, because this right here, it was used to transport the body. So that's like a factual statement. We're not even saying we think it was. We're saying that it was. Yeah. Yeah, waggle that finger. You know what it means. It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all.
And what does that mean?
I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves the body was moved from a different location. Oh god, girl. Your bra. There we go. And it was expensive too. The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection!
Oh, yes! I'm so excited to hear that again. Holy shit.
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions?
Excuse me?
All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth.
I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily.
You should know better than that. Von Karma is perfect in every way.
Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection!
I will never get tired of listening to them with their objections. Literally! Maybe I should just make a whole folder of just everyone's objections.
As if there's proof of that.
There is, though. Where's the proof that the suitcase was moved around? It's the footprints, isn't it? Because there's grape juice all over the wheel. This is my gut feeling right here. Spilled during the turbulence looks like footprints and something being dragged. Something being dragged is what it was. First we thought it was the body, but no.
The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator.
Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here.
Where's the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here?
Oh, it's right here. These little tracks, see?
Take that!
This mark here, wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from 2 wheels? Can't believe I didn't notice that earlier when we looked at it.
I suppose.
Further, there's also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. Girl, your bra, you alright?
I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else.
I'm glad you've come to your senses. She's still gonna yell at him, because that's what she do.
Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by long shot.
Girl, I'll give you a long shot. Wait, what? No. No, she's like our sister, dude. Kind of. In a weird way. But not weird enough for Dojin.
You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death.
Franzi, you don't really believe that shit, do you? You don't believe that crap.
Then, when you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within.
Girl, come on now, you smarter than this.
With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you'd taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body.
My God. This is something. It's what it is. Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. Oh, I'm sorry, my cough.
Just what are you insinuating?
That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic one fell swoop. There you go, Edgeworth. Completely destroy her. That's the way to do it. Alright.
You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence.
Oh wait, no! We've got something already for that, because we deduced that the piggy bank fell out because of the turbulence. And it says it right here. In the in-flight shop after the turbulence. So, I'm just gonna present that. You don't even need to press it. Yeah. The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared.
Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master.
But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix? Here we go with this again. You really gonna taunt her with that? That's low, dude.
A fake?
This Mr. iFly piggy bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon.
What?
There goes her other strap. Oh shit, girl. You about to ready to free boob it. The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop was important. And it was taken after the turbulence had occurred.
But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that?
I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. Okay. Right, we got the Danganronpa guy. Here he is. Killed Byakuya after exiting the elevator. The killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick the bank up from off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage in my pocket, to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks.
You there.
Yes, ma'am?
Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found?
We didn't find anything in this lounge or the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. And the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood.
I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end.
But it's possible to just hidden somewhere, sir. Ah!
If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I'd think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth.
No, that's dumb. Why would someone do that, though? Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside the suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or still at the real crime scene. Objection! What is it, darling? What you got now?
There is one more possibility.
And that would be?
That the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon.
But didn't we just... Wait, who's holding it? Oh, she is. Wait, she doesn't have a hold it? Oh, I guess she... Has she never said that? I guess she never has, because it's not really her phrase, is it?
Let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door.
But to do that, you'd have to be a flight attendant. Or a member of the staff. Is that what she's insinuating?
And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see. So that means that the killer had the key to the display case.
Francisca, the person you're talking about.
Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying.
So she's pinning it on her right now.
Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her.
Yes?
Very well. Permission granted, but only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other?
I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish.
Miss Tiniero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
Oh, shit. Oh, things are about to happen here. All three things. Gumshoe, Edgeworth, and Francisca. Sorry about that. Oh my god, my cough is out of control today. I'm so sorry. Man, okay, so the music has changed. Let's talk to Gumshoe real quick, because I just want to see what he thinks about all this. Yes, sir? Notice anything? Anything of interest, detective? Well, I can't say that I don't quite know everything about the situation yet. So I was just telling myself that I should go ask someone about stuff I don't know. I mean, just because I don't know doesn't mean someone else might not know it, right? It must be my imagination, but for a second, I think I actually understood his logic.
What do you think about Franzie's logic?
We'll show who's boss, Mr. Edgeworth. Not even Miss Von Karma's whip is a match for you. You give me too much credit. She simply didn't have all the information. To be sure, the fights will become tougher and tougher as this investigation progresses. That's all right, Mr. Edgeworth. You got me watching your back. I'll make sure to keep on supporting you any way I can. You just say the word, sir. Really? Then how about standing out in front and absorbing whiplashes for me? I mean, to be fair, all right. He gets enough whiplashes on his own. Like, you don't even need to... I want to kind of examine all these things with Gumshoe near us as well before we go. Is that weird? They got a piano on display? Hey, do you think I can try it out, sir? I'd think you would know better than to randomly touch things at a crime scene, detective. Besides, I didn't know you knew how to play. Of course I do. I'm practically proficient. Interesting. The things you learn about people on a daily basis. I can get Do and Ray to come out just right, sir. 2 notes do not a proficient pianist make, detective. Can I talk to Francie? Oh, she's... Okay, no. I wanted to present her my badge, but because we're stuck in this thing now, it's gonna talk about that. While we have Gumshoe with us, can we go upstairs? Hey, the statue! What about it, detective? Did you notice something? I saw the guy in a dream last night. The resemblance is uncanny, sir. You saw him in your dreams? Well, yeah, I saw him, and then I arrested him. I wanted to show you just how vital I am in our partnership.
Oh, poor Gumshoe, he always wants to prove himself.
Being useful in your sleep is no help to me. Oh, Edgeworth, stop being so mean. There are a few copies of Sky Magazine in the magazine rack. This month's special. Oh, looks like it's an English trivia quiz. Oh, I got one. What starts with I and means boldly, rude, and disrespectful? The answer is most definitely insolent. Time's up. Sorry, sir, but the correct answer is insolvent. Oh. Oh. Detective Gumshoe, don't tell me your English ability is the same level as him. Oh. Edgeworth thinking about his boyfriend, Phoenix. Oh, shit. Alright, well, I guess we can just... I'm assuming we're gonna be able to look around at everything as well. I just want to make sure. If we come out this way... Oh, yeah, so sure enough, we can look at all these things, too. I mean, there's probably a time where we're just gonna be through here, but I just want to make sure I don't miss anything good. The man in the seat was constantly drinking something. You know, right before payday, I do nothing but drink the soup from my instant noodles. That much sodium can't be healthy. You might want to go in for a checkup. Oh, did you really think I was serious, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, because you said this before. Ah, I'm sorry, sir. I'll never make another joke like that again. My goodness. Alright, this was, yeah, the life vest guy was over here. The man in this seat was the one we saw earlier out in the airport lobby hyperventilating. If he's so scared to fly, then why take an airplane to begin with? Yeah, if he's that scared, he should have caught a ferry or a cruise ship or something. By the way, were you okay with all the turbulence, Mr. Edgeworth? Sure. Yes, it was nothing I couldn't handle.
Edgeworth, you liar!
I should have figured, right? As if you get on a plane you were scared of him. Indeed. Nothing but lies. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I think you have too many red knights on this board. It's just your imagination. And it looks like that blue pawn is being completely surrounded by the red knights. Now you're seeing things. Sir, I don't think you're supposed to have lots of the same piece like in checkers. I know that, detective. What do you take me for? He was acting out his fantasy. Leave him alone. This was my seat. Wow, you read law books even when you're flying, sir? Were you expecting anything less? Now come along. We must hurry to the crime scene. Huh? Hold on a sec. There's a different book stuck in here. The Steel Samurai's Detective Gumshoe? Am I gonna have to charge you with invasion of privacy?
Edgeworth was reading a manga, y'all. It's canon. He loves the Steel Samurai so much.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, this urn's got a seatbelt strapped tightly around it. It must be of great value to Mr. Leblanc, then. Yeah, I guess if you don't want to churn your urn, it's always best to buckle up. What? Is that a euphemism? I'm pretty sure it was. Obviously, but did that have anything to do with the case, detective?
Nobody gets my jokes. I did, Gumshoe. I laughed. It was funny.
This was the victim's seat. His jacket's just lying there and his spilled leftover coffee's still in there, too. I don't suppose anyone ever expects to die. Can we talk to these fools? I'm sorry for the late introduction. I'm Miles Edgeworth, prosecutor. I believe one of the attendants asked you in my stead for permission to investigate.
Yeah. You must be Prosecutor Cam, Miss Meal was talking about. Was telling me about. I remember her telling you could investigate the in-flight shop or something.
Then I guess it's true. Miss Tenero didn't ask him for permission on my behalf.
Oh, miss, sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm the captain of the...
Thank you for your help. I think this is about all the useful information I'm going to get from him. What about her? If I may have a word with you, Miss Meal?
No, you may not have a word with me.
I want to assure you that the lady is a fellow prosecutor. Her name is Francisca von Karma.
I don't care if she is. She's taking with Mon Capitan.
I sense Miss Meal is the type who considers every other woman to be a threat.
Maybe that's why she's harping on Miss Tenero. We don't know.
Wrong exit. Alright, fine. So, let's run to the murder. Alright, let's go in. Oh. Huh. I wonder who sleeps where. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? There's just 2 flight attendants on this huge plane. It's strange, isn't it? Alright, the first floor flight attendant's room. So, you're the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission? Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Miss Tenero?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too?
Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did?
All right.
Uh-oh. The music is getting sad. Why is it sad? Girl, why is it sad, though? What happened? Oh, no! She looks so sad now. Girl, what's wrong? Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
Why did you? Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission.
What do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends.
In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were able to prove your innocence. Oh, thank goodness.
Miss Tenero, is it?
There is one more thing I'd like to ask you.
You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly.
Yes, I was.
And why were you there?
Well,
Why the sudden hesitation? Franziska seems to have struck a nerve. What's going on, girl? Girl, you gotta tell us the truth. You might be in big trouble here.
All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work, then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise.
After your visit to the shop, you paid the visit to this room, correct?
Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Miss Tenero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. Oh. Ask her about that thing. The thing. What are we asking her about? Oh, either this, the piggy bank, or possibly the suitcase. Yeah, let's ask her about this. Because she designed it. If you could please take a look at this suitcase.
Oh, that suitcase.
Yes, about this suitcase. You are the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured out something else out about it. The suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? Uh-oh, girl, what do you know?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
Won't you please tell me more about the suitcase?
Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care. But I really wanted to know, and I was glad to see that it was the last one there.
Wait, it was? The last one there? But there was 2 of them. Wait a minute. Can we... here we go. Yeah. So you're saying, Miss Tenero, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes, they're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
The one in the shop is most definitely the last one.
Oh, look, though. If you look at her face real quick, look, guys. She's got a little tick on the left side of her face. She's lying, isn't she? Uh-oh.
Really? Then I guess we sold out of all of them? Thank you very much for taking the last one.
I didn't say anything about buying it.
Then say you'll buy it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
But why?
Wait, why is this the thing she's getting upset about?
I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional.
Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous.
What?
Uh-oh. There go her bra.
Oh no.
Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my issue with the suitcases isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining.
Remaining?
There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it.
2? That's impossible. I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? I don't know. By the way, Miss Tenero, what is one of those suitcases doing here? Yeah, I can see that. It's right there.
That's...
I thought you said there was only 1 left.
That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
Oh. She's used it for a long time. I think not. It's still got tags on it, woman! Miss Tenero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. Because the tag is on it. It's right there in front of us. You can see it right here. Take that! Tell me, Miss Tenero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase?
What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about the suitcase?
Why would you, girl? What the hell's happening with you? Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear. Oh boy, I think I get it too. Miss Tenero, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, the suitcase was originally in... The flight attendant's room, the in-flight shop. It's gotta be the shop. Seeing as how the price tag is still on it, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought the suitcase was... the person who bought it. Maybe she did buy it, though. Oh god, I haven't looked at everyone's profiles. I need to do that. I bet you she did buy it. I think I'm understanding. Okay. You did buy it, but you just bought it. It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? Oh dear. You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right?
Then the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when the design was chosen. I thought that maybe I'd finally accomplished something.
But the suitcase didn't sell?
It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous.
I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked.
You buy one every single time you work a flight?
I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here is my receipt for the purchase.
This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m. Oh, okay. Interesting.
The truth is, there are still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of the flight.
Miss Tenero, where are these other suitcases?
They should all be down in the cargo hold.
Then the suitcase the killer used. Could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases too?
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body.
Oh, how could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished for them to be.
Miss Tenero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The only other way is just through that door there.
And what about security?
That door has no special lock installed because, just to enter this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to.
Uh-oh. That puts some suspicion on some other people, doesn't it? Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it.
What are we holding? Franny, hold the whip. Yes, Francisco?
Going on these wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Karma name.
And what do you mean by that?
The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story.
Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard.
Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that's the only realistic possibility.
That other attendant, Miss Neal, I asked her earlier and she had this to say.
Francisca got information out of Miss Meal.
In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required.
A different one?
Yes, and only person who holds the particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenero, and only you. Ah!
What? Is this true, Miss Tenero?
Yes. I keep that key card in my locker at all times.
Could you please show us the card right now?
Yes. Hold on.
It's not there, is it? It's not going to be there. I'm calling it now. Yep, it's gone. I knew it. What's wrong?
The key card. It's gone.
Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us.
You've really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Yes, ma'am. Uh-oh. Well, it's not on us anymore, but I'm wondering now if they don't have the wrong person, which I think they might.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Gotta think about that. Oh boy. Well, now what? Oh my god, I just noticed the time. Holy shit. This game is too good.
What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face.
Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator on the case, however.
Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time.
Uh-oh. Fight?
You know the rule as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't the courtroom, that basic tenet still applies.
What are you gonna do?
I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise. Alright. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so in the next one, we'll go ahead and go down to the cargo hold. Now, at first, I really thought that she had done it, but now I'm thinking they got the wrong person, but we're gonna have to clear this up. We'll do that soon. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you in the next one. Toodaloo!